are we here for Teacher Project 2.0?
No.
Oh, oh. I tried, y'all. I tried.
Anyway,
What?
we are here. Don't what me. Don't. Mm-mm.
What?
We are here to discuss Queen Sugar. We got about 3 episodes to catch up on, honey.
Child. Girl.
But it's gonna be
Girl.
real easy. Well, we're gonna do this real easy.
Hmm. Girl.
Let's start. We're going to episode 6 was actually pretty good. Was that last week?
Episode
That was
6
last
was
night.
that was last week, right? I think that was
Mhm.
last week. That was the best episode of the season. I ain't said it was good. I'm just saying of
So
the
I think
season, that was probably. But last night I couldn't. You already know why I couldn't last night. You already know what
listen.
hurt my nerves last night.
Well, I put that in my review. I feel like the writers must have thought that we gave a damn about this quote unquote love story, and we needed closure, but I didn't. I could have lived without all of that.
Right, girl. You already know how I feel about him, baby.
I'm
Girl,
just glad that she didn't sleep with him.
girl, girl. Child, when I tell you I would have threw something at my goddamn TV. Mm-mm,
Well,
mm-mm. Hey, Lamone, I need you to go back to the old Avatar with them arms. That's what I need, Lamone. God,
can you stop lusting after Lamone?
Lamone, no, we've had this conversation several times.
Well, the fact that he
God,
hasn't changed it should tell you your answer.
God, Lamone is a music artist. They sell sex. Hello,
He looks sexy in that picture.
he does. He absolutely does. Can you put his comment up so we can lust after him?
No,
The most that we can say.
no, no, no. Moving on. So I think the best way, since we have 3 episodes to get caught up on, bring it back in. Right, exactly. I got him, Lamone. I got him.
God,
I feel like the best way for us to do this is to go character by character, I guess, and maybe talk about what they got going on over the last 3 episodes. I mean, what do you think?
it don't matter. It don't matter. Just get it over with. Just get it over it. God.
So I guess if we go back 2 weeks to the last episode we talked about was when Mr. Prosper proposed to baby girl, right? So they
Uh-huh.
are progressing, moving forward with the wedding. He's asked Ralph Angel to be his best man. Last night, she asked Billy to be her maid of honor or matron of honor. And they having geriatric sex, and they are having a good
Right.
time.
In my mind, I'm like, now you don't got no friends. Like, I just don't believe that a co-worker, somebody, you ain't got no friends. Like,
Why she didn't ask the lady from the co-op, the lady that lost the farm? Because wasn't she the one that had Uncle Prosper
Pathina,
hemmed
Path,
up?
Pathina, whatever. Pathina, something like that. Child. But I just refuse to believe that you don't know nobody that you could have asked to be maid of honor. Like, girl, child, like, that just didn't make no sense to me. But who the hell am I?
I did feel like that was all about just trying to, we want to bring her into the family kind of thing. Because I feel like they definitely could have, like I said, she could have asked her. I mean, that's who was at the wedding, the bridal shower with her.
And right, and wasn't Parthena the one who told Mr. Prosper, "Hey, you
Yeah,
can't
that's
just
what I
keep
said. That's the one that had
stepping up."
Mr. Prosper hemmed
Right,
up. Like, told him either shit or get off the
hmm
pot. Don't be playing games with my friend.
right. If that's your friend, wouldn't it make sense for you, child?
Now, Ain't Vi's being Ain't Vi. She taking care of the cafe, making a lot of money. But she done adopted these 2 children that Joaquin, who works at the diner, and his son, his little brother, who they found out was living by themselves because both of their parents, the daddy is in a detention center, their mama got deported.
Yeah, something like that. But here's my question: I ain't never seen a process for because she even to be a foster parent, much less adoption. There's a whole process, training classes, and all kinds of stuff that you have to do in order to be a foster parent. They wouldn't just even because I know this is not adoption yet. So at best, this is a foster home where they will go. You know, like when a child first gets snatched out the house, they send you to a foster home until they figure out. You know, until in Florida we call it ref until they have reasonable effort to find family or something like that. They call it ref, but I don't see how they just gonna put them there. Normally, they would say we'll consider y'all, but y'all have to go through this whole process. Dot 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 X Y Z. That just seems so far fetched for them to just be like, okay, well, we just gonna let y'all stay here. Because even with that lady saying, oh, well, I'm gonna keep this, baby, them things don't work like that, honey. Baby, they have hard deadlines. You can't play around because you got kids involved. And when you have kids involved in these processes, they don't play those kind of games like that. They don't play them kind of games. I don't know. It just seemed that whole process just seemed real. And I know
they do have emergency situations, but like you said,
it just seems a little far fetched. And to me, it seems like they're making this where it's going to be more than just temporary. And I guess this is the writers trying to, I guess, scratch that itch about Hollywood wanting to have kids and the fact that Aunt Vida already went through menopause, so that ain't gonna happen. So I don't know.
So
I don't know.
So that led us into Ralph Angel and Darla having to move out of the house because the kids couldn't stay there with a felon, and we know Ralph Angel got a felony. But somebody brought up a good point to me. Wasn't there an apartment over top of the mill?
Cold apartment.
Remember, that's where Charlie was living. Remember, Charlie was living over top of the mill?
She was. She sure was.
I mean, if the mill is functionable enough,
they could have
just fixed that up and they live there. But anyway.
Then they could have just paid Charlie.
And they ain't gonna do that. Charlie gonna be like, just keep it. All right. Now, what else? I'm trying to get the little stuff out the way before we get to a couple of these big stories. All right, well, let's just go ahead and get into it then. Darla and her stalker. I called the boy Corey. His name Chase. I don't
know how you get Chase and Corey anywhere mixed up. I'm just saying.
Hey, Kingsmina. Hey, boo.
Hey, Kingsmina.
Listen, my attitude about the situation is this. I don't understand what this man wants from her. He sends her a cease and desist. Like, he's acting like she has actually come after him. Blue ass is 15 years old, and they have not asked you for shit. She ain't looked for you. She ain't called you. She hasn't
tried to say you the baby daddy or nothing.
Right. She ain't called The View, 60 Minutes, 2020, CNN. She has called nobody to tell her story about you, Congressman. What is your issue? So my thing is, why are you being so hostile towards her when she hasn't been hostile to? I understand him reaching out to make sure that, nothing bites him in the butt. But his attitude, I'm not understanding the hostility, especially if you don't feel like you did nothing wrong to this woman. If you feel like y'all just had a night,
needs to be with that chick who he talked to. The chick that told him that she saw Blue and Darla together.
Right.
That's who the hell his anger need to be with. Not with Darla, because Darla don't want no parts of you.
And every time you call her, she keeps telling you that. It's not like she is telling you, leave me alone. And then you send her a cease and desist. A cease and desist of what? Well, no, what? It wasn't a cease and desist.
It was an NDA. It was an NDA. Like, what is she signing the NDA for? Like, what? Like,
right? She hasn't even told you the daddy. Like, you going off of what somebody else has said to you. I don't understand.
Since let's just go ahead and get this out of the way, because this pissed me the hell off. Last night, you cannot tell me just out of the blue, Ralph Angel gonna be like, "Oh, so who you talking about, Darla?" Where the fuck did that even come from?
Well, no, because first of all, his antenna was already up.
But what I'm saying is, there was nothing to me. There was nothing that the man said about that whole thing that just made you, who you talk about? What's the girl name? Darla? Is it I just, to me, it just
I feel like he said enough, because he talked about this woman.
Came out of the blue to me.
And he said, now she got this son that she's trying to lay off on me. And he said Georgetown. He said the school.
I don't know.
Because the reality is, because the thing is this, Ralph Angel already knew something was going on with Darla. He already felt like something wasn't right. When that dude knocked at the door, their house is not on no main road. Like, you got to go out of your way. You are just driving by looking for shelter. And remember, that's the address he had, because that's the address where he sent this NDA to. Remember, that's when Aunt Vi gave her mail.
Sure did.
So he should have been at Aunt Vi's house. I take that back then. Because he should have been if that's the address he had, he should have been at Aunt Vi's house.
But even with him saying Georgetown, to me, I don't know that that's the first place I would have went with that.
But remember, he already said his name. Ralph Angel knew the man's name.
I don't remember Ralph Angel knowing the man's name. See, that's news to me. I didn't even know. I might not have been paying attention.
Told him the whole story.
But did she tell him his name?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what if she told him his name, then I would have said, because if you told him his name and this man's name is Chase, that would have been a question I would have had up front. Excuse me. I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me that he automatically just assumed Darla. I was like, okay.
I agree with Morgan. If this were not the final season, but why are y'all opening up this can of worms in episode 7 of this? Like, why are we doing this?
How many episodes do we have to fight through, God?
Xavier, how many episodes are there? Xavier usually knows stuff like that, child.
Yeah, one of y'all please tell us, God. I just need to know. Because Lord God.
And don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean it was, because you're right. It could have just been a big ass coincidence and your ass them try to kill this man.
Right. Like, if this man, first of all, if he tell you he in a frat or whatever, baby, if you tell me you in a frat at a school, that could be any goddamn body. That could be literally anybody.
First of all, that whole frat, and elTeddy, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I have never in my life, never seen somebody say, "Oh, you were a frat." Yeah, I pledged my freshman year. Man, me too. I have never seen the conversation in there. It's always, "Where'd you pledge?" They never even said what the name of the fraternity was, like, because we're assuming that he's in the Divine Nine. So he wasn't like, "Yo, I pledged Alpha. Oh, I pledged Omega. Oh, I'm a Kappa." Like, elTeddy, I've never seen that conversation. I go at least to that point.
Right. Well, I was assuming that was something maybe they had, because when we came in, they were in the middle of the conversation about the frat. So I just had assumed that maybe they had said, "Oh, I'm this," and "I'm that." Because when we came in, Michael was like, "Yeah, I pledged my freshman year." I don't know.
Maybe we were supposed to assume that they had the conversation. So there are 13 episodes. So we have 6 more episodes, I guess.
Oh God,
because we haven't seen Steen, Landry. Like, we're nowhere closer to resolving this situation.
Girl, we only have 3.
Can we talk about Why was Ralph Angel even there? Like, okay, sir, that is no longer
Right.
your home. Why are you there, sir?
That was my thing. I didn't even understand that whole thing of him being at that like why are you going to this house? Your wife and your newborn daughter is at home by themselves during a goddamn hurricane. What the hell are you
And you
thinking about?
had no sense of urgency. Like, you was just like, well, let's go on and check out the house that I don't live in anymore. What?
Like, I don't understand.
I
Like
get the
that
whole sentimental value thing, Xavier, but like elTeddy said, like, again, at what point, I couldn't even see if he went by there the next day to check on damage. But for you to go by and make sure that the house was boarded up, and you saw one little piece of wood hanging off of a nail, and the storm is literally on top of y'all, and you felt like you had time to stop and nail it in. No.
like
That is
make that
true.
make
Xavier
sense.
says Ralph Angel does not make good choices. So
Like make that make sense to me. So before you go check on your family members, you going to go check on the house. I ain't see you going over there to check and make sure your family or none of your friends that actually are in goddamn houses, Parthena and them, and
right,
all of these other people that you
right.
might need to help out.
Well, what about the fact that forget about all of that. What about the fact that Micah got a whole apartment his damn self? Y'all go make sure his apartment was good? He's got a whole he don't live on the campus anymore. He's got his whole apartment at Xavier. Like, you ain't gonna take him home to make sure that his apartment good? I'm sorry, y'all.
It's stupid. It's just real
So
stupid. You ain't think that it was okay to go over there and help Aunt Buy with the diner and stuff like that? Like it's a whole lot of places that need your
what up,
attention except for
Jonathan?
the child. What's good, Five? Child.
Season 7, boo. So then we have Micah. Now let's go back a couple episodes. Micah sells the NFT of his mama for $200,000, and now all of a sudden he's a superstar celebrity. He's getting flued out in private jets. Groupies want to take selfies with him. I clearly don't understand what this NFT life is about. The fact that there are girls that
Clearly.
literally were like begging to take
Listen,
selfies with
really
him.
be? Really be? I must be officially old with you.
Right, we
Because
are
I don't
officially
understand.
old because,
We are
baby,
officially old. Because
that
I
whole
don't
thing was
understand.
above me. Because I was like, what? Like, the selfie thing is what did it for me. And then when he gets there, all dude wants is more dirt on your mama. Your mother is literally running a campaign. It didn't occur to you that this might be one of her enemies, one of her rivals. Like, it didn't occur to you that this probably ain't the best time to sell your mama out. Like, why is Micah, Mr. Political Activist, why is he acting like he don't understand what the issue is? And at the end of the day, you don't need the fucking money, Micah. I could even see if Micah, listen, this
Micah, you come
storyline,
for money. You
this
come for
storyline,
money.
but this line would have made more sense if maybe him and his, like, let's say at the end of last season when mom and dad got back together and Micah was like, I ain't with that shit. Fuck that. Daddy hurt us and I don't want no parts of this. And let's say they cut him off and he was desperate for money. Maybe I would go along with it. But Micah don't need shit. Why are you so willing to sell your mom out? It doesn't make sense. It just, and
My other thing is, okay, so we get to this episode where allegedly they done took all of the money and stuff. Like how? Like I don't see Micah
it was
said,
in his digital wallet. And again, that might be some, look, elTeddy, that's some new shit too. Because my thing is, I am taking $200,000. Oh no, that was being wired to my bank immediately.
right. And you talk about some,
And
oh,
it didn't rip up
y'all
your
got
credit
me.
card. What?
Because he alluded to the private jet and stuff being paid by like why am I paying? If you want me, because the way they
But
made it
that ain't what they
seem
said though.
like
They
the
said they were
guy,
flying him out. Right.
like the guy was paying for everything and so forth. So the fuck you need, baby? When they would have asked me for my car, what you need my car for? He
Well,
the
I
boss.
think they still had his
You
card. From remember when he was buying drinks when his grandmama came in there and was like, "Hey, you boy, come with me." But again, let me say this. I have been. Let me tell y'all. True story. True story. Was down in North Carolina one time with my folks. It was birthday time. We were at the bar. It was one of my boys' birthday. We were celebrating our birthdays. Literally, all of us were running tabs. There was probably about 5 tabs that night. Because it was like, I got the next round, put it on my card. Okay, you got the next round, put it on his card. Like, literally at the end of the night, like the next day, we were literally looking at the receipt because we were so, by the time the night was, it was one of those nights, right?
I know those nights, but you just
it
be
was
like,
one
whatever,
of those
I'll pay
nights,
for
right?
it.
But I promise you that the bartender did not put anything on my tab that I did not tell him to put on my tab. So even when you're drunk, even if you're out of it, I've even left my credit card at a bar before with an open tab and had to go back the next day and be like,
the other thing
my
about
bad,
it is,
I left my card.
That's
They
an
don't
insurance
charge shit for
liability.
your card.
That's an insurance liability for that place anyway. If they start to do stuff like all of that becomes a liability for that place. Like that whole thing didn't make sense. Because the first thing you would have asked was, now if I'm Micah, wait a minute, why am I, unless it's like you said, they put those drinks. But what I'm saying is, I don't see them running up no $200,000 tab because I bought shots for everybody.
Not only that, but well, I don't think it was that. I think he just said his credit card was maxed. But even with that, again, all of us have credit cards. That's not how that shit works either. When the card no longer authorizes the card, then like the bar, wherever, they just cut it off and you don't get any more. But nobody, like, it's not like the mafia knocking on your door because you ran up the tab. If your credit card is maxed out, then when you get your bill, you just got to fucking pay your credit card. That's not how that works either. He made it seem like, I need it today. Come on, man, I need it. Like, what were they going to do? Nobody was coming to get you, Micah. You just got to pay your credit card bill. Yeah, I know, Xavier, you got to convert it. When it's crypto, you got to convert it and then send it. But what I'm saying is once it hit my crypto wallet, I'm not saying I wouldn't have left a little cushion in there, but $200,000, at least 198 of that was getting transferred. Now, I might have left a little cushion, but 198,000 of that was coming up out of there. The fuck?
I'm just trying to make it make sense. Like, bruh. Like, you gotta be smarter than this, Micah. Like, in all my years, as young as I ever was, ain't nobody was taking me to the cleaners like that. Cause I don't play them games with my money like that. Listen, I know exactly. I don't care how drunk I get. When I give my card, I know exactly what I done gave. Cause I done been in drunken stupors and got my life in order enough to say, wait a minute, bitch. Wait a minute. Let me look at this shit. Hold on. To make sure when that number looks crazy at the bottom, that thing's sober you up real fast.
Real quick.
Wait, hold on.
Real quick.
Hold on now. That's the too many goddamn zero. Like you said, I've had that happen for me. We was out with the frat one time, and I said I'm gonna buy a round, and they had charged 2 rounds because somebody else said that they was gonna buy one. When I got that feeling, that I said, wait, hold on. Remember, I said 1 round, and he was like, "You're right. Let me go ahead and correct that." Baby, I'm not playing these games with y'all.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said, literally the next day, because we, like I said, we was no good. But literally, we were just making sure. And honestly, we were good. Like I was like, okay, I think he put my drink on your bill. Okay, well, I got 2 drinks that was yours. Oh, okay, you got 2 of mine.
And here's the other thing, Willoughby. Here's the other thing. Unless they had already had his card, he hadn't given the card. All he said was, hey, we buying around for everybody. And then the grandma came. And so I vividly remember the grandma came right after that. He hadn't given his card. So either they already had the card for something else, or it just doesn't make sense. It's not adding up.
Yeah, that's just kind of where we are with that. Micah and this whole NFT, it just makes me angry because I don't like, and I know sometimes it's needed, but I don't like when we unnecessarily tear down characters. There's so much they could have built on with the person they built Micah into. There's so many different ways Micah could have found love. Like I'm not talking about this bullshit is he or isn't he gay storyline, but they could have really had Micah follow, put him back with Kiki. Hell, they didn't found each other again.
That's where I thought they were going.
Have him, because remember, we're closing this shit up. So okay, he had a moment of where maybe he wasn't sure. I think a lot of men and women, they go through that. You have a good friend and you thinking, okay, it happened.
And you know what really be? You know how they could have did it? They could have had him get back with Kiki. Kiki, see some of the little pictures, and there's that whole conversation. You know what I'm saying? That him and Kiki,
right. It could have
maybe
been a
you have
moment.
the little best friend come by, or maybe you have the best friend come in one weekend, and Kiki like, y'all look real close. I remember looking at them pictures. Y'all sure y'all ain't got nothing going? You know, and have that whole breakdown or something. You know, there are ways that you could have did this.
Yeah.
But this right here, I'm like,
and I understand what you're saying, Xavier, that Micah, but again, I don't feel like Micah gets taken advantage of a lot. I mean, I think he's matured and he's grown. I don't think that this, like the first couple of seasons when he was hanging out with the kids at high school and kind of got caught up in that, you know, that mess that they got into. But generally speaking, I don't think Micah does all of that. Yeah, I thought him and Kiki were going to, you know, work their way back together too. I thought that's where we were going with that. Another character that they're unnecessarily opening up wounds with is Nova. First, you had Nova at the bar. Let me finish. First, you got Nova at the bar 2 weeks ago with Billy, and Billy brings up her first love, and Nova looks her up on Instagram for no damn reason. Then you got the co-op lady flirting with Nova for no damn reason. Nova got a whole boyfriend, and now white boy shows up. I didn't. Damn it. I don't have a mod. Hold on.
Shit. Oh, we got the porn site people.
Yeah.
I don't even have my computer in front of me.
I get it.
Okay.
Because that's why I've been putting in subscriber mode, because that's sort of that tends to slow them down, but I forgot to put it on there. But I'll get it. But go ahead.
But you already know where I'm going with this. I haven't liked White Boy Cop from season 1. I have loathed the whole thing about Nova being this pro-black, black, I'm black, y'all, I'm black, y'all, I'm blackity black, and I'm black, y'all. Shout out to CB4.
Woo!
But
not CB4
and you with this White Boy Cop, and you know I've never even said his name. He's always been White Boy Cop from
I don't think I know his name. I know that's going to surprise you.
And so them bringing him back at this time, like the only reason for y'all to bring him back would have been for Dominic to walk through the door and start wailing on his ass.
I just knew that. I said, please don't bring Dominic in here, because I really would have hated to see that, because that would have been unnecessary. Listen, I take Freddie ass showing up trying to rekindle her love with Nova before this dude.
Right, not Freddie, not Corey Summers.
Right, Freddie, child.
I'm staring. I'm like, what the? You know, I sat there and I just started fast forwarding, because I said I don't even care. I do not care.
Listen, in my review, I literally was I gave it 2 seconds in my review, and I'm gonna say this, but I would say this: I am glad that the writers. Okay, so you fast forward, so I'm gonna just tell you, they went through this whole thing with him telling her, I love you, don't you miss me, don't you want to be with me, blah, 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 blah. And she was honest with him and said, yeah, I do miss you, but I've moved on. I got a relationship. I like I'm good. We good. And I like what she said, though. What she said was, because he said, I read your book all the time. In the book, you said I was the love of your life. Don't you still feel that way? And she was like, when I wrote the book, you were the love of my life. She said, but that's before I knew that you paralyzed a boy. She said, and now every time I look at you, that's all I see. So we can't never get back together, because I'm never going to be able to see you different. I'm never going to be able to unknow what I know. And he was like, but he was like, well, when I first met you, if I had told you the truth that I made a mistake when I was a rookie, because again, he's still trying to make it seem like he ain't do nothing wrong. I just made a mistake when I was a rookie cop, blah, blah, blah.
Now, I did hear one part where he said, and this is the part that really, because I was so mad that I stopped it and heard this point where he says, well, would you have gotten with me if I never told you about it? And she said no. And then he said, "Well, I'm glad I didn't tell you." And I was like, "See, this is why I can't. This right here is why the fuck I can't. Cause I are It's the audacity of white people for me. Because when he said that bullshit right there, she should have punched his ass dead in the fucking face right there. I just can't. The audacity of white people.
But I'm glad because I was so afraid, especially by the way the trailer looked, that they fell into each other's arms. I'm so glad that they did not sleep together. And I really hope that that's it. Like, I feel like the writers thought we needed that closure, but I didn't. Like, I honestly was good. Like, last week when she was talking to old boy that she get high with, and they basically told us he's back in Baton Rouge. The blue wall held up. He didn't go to jail, and he's back down in Baton Rouge with his family. That's all I needed to know. I didn't need to know nothing else. I was good with that. I really didn't need to know that. But okay, okay, fine. He didn't go to jail. Okay, fine. He got away with
it. Let's keep it moving.
Let's keep it moving.
Like,
so let me ask you this. Next week, it looks like they're once again digging up a story that we don't care about. Looks like Jimmy Earl done died, and so they're gonna have a whole thing about the Jimmy Earl situation.
Jimmy Dale.
What's his name?
Jimmy Dale. But here's the thing. What's gonna happen with Ralph Angel and this Darla situation? Like,
because he was mad at Darla.
Sure was. He sure was. Like, he was really upset with Darla.
Yeah, he was like, I knew something was wrong, and he coming for my son, and I can lose my son. Sir, that's not how this works.
That's what I was like.
At the very most, he might. First of all, he ain't interested. But at the very most, y'all would have shared custody. He can't just come and take her. Like, I know that Darla is a recovering addict, but she's clean. She got a job. She's gainfully employed. Like, he can't just come take the baby. Like, that's not how this works.
Ralph Angel was hot. He was hot. So he's gonna go in there, and that's all it takes, because Darla, she's already afraid. She's already on the edge. Baby, she gonna be back to drinking.
And I don't understand, and maybe y'all can help me, elTeddy. I know you can't help me because you're gonna feel the same way I feel. I feel like I don't understand why she didn't just tell Ralph Angel what was going on. I could see if Ralph Angel didn't know that Blue wasn't his.
She was afraid of what happened and what Micah had to stop. She already know Ralph Angel is one strike away from being in jail.
So she thought Ralph Angel was gonna get in the car and drive.
Yep. And we see he's irrational like that. Why wouldn't she believe that? He is very irrational.
We know he makes what Xavier say. He makes bad decisions. Yeah.
So she had every reason to believe that. And so now he gonna go over there, out of control, off the chain, and she gonna fall off the wagon, and she gonna be back to drinking.
Sure.
And my thing about it was, if there's a whole hurricane, that goes back to what you were saying. Why did Ralph Angel let Micah go home and get his life in order for this hurricane that's coming and get his own house together?
I mean, again, I could see if Michael was still living in the dorm, and then it's kind of like, well, the college is going to make sure that, for the most part, y'all are good. Why you just got this boy riding around,
and then you
got a whole apartment that he got to go take care of?
And then you acting like ain't nothing happening. Oh, let's just hang out today. We ain't got nothing to do. Hang out with your aunt, and like we ain't got shit to do.
And you literally, but it goes against what Darla said when she said, I thought you were overdoing it this morning with all of the, with the boarding up the house, but you were right. So you knew the storm was coming. Listen, I hate to do this, y'all, because I love Queen Sugar. I fell in love with Queen Sugar. Me and elTeddy, if you go back when we used to do our Friday night chats, Queen Sugar and Greenleaf, baby, we loved it. elTeddy's reviews, he used to be crying and shit. Go watch his own reviews. elTeddy used to be crying and shit.
I didn't cry on no Queen Sugar reviews. Let the record show.
He came close. But
I didn't.
I just it's frustrating because I just don't want to see it go out like this. And it shouldn't take the whole season for us to get to the good spot. We have too much shit. This whole situation with Landry and Steen, I know that's not her name, and that whole situation is still hanging. Now we got the whole the illegals what's his name?
Well,
Joaquin
I
King and
mean,
his
the pink
family.
elephant in the room is they have no. I think they were through for a turn when Charlie the actress that plays Charlie didn't
When
come
she
back.
left the show.
They're in a tailspin. They don't know what to do. They're really just trying to keep the ship from sinking before the end of the season because at this point I can't help but think she must have told him at the last minute. Like this must
Yeah,
have
I'm
been a
thinking that she
situation
must have. Yeah,
where it was like we are already wrote all of these things. We got screenplay, everything is approved, and then she was like, "Nah, nah, I'm not doing this no more." And now they done been thrown for a loop because this shit is like
and I
first
feel like with
year
Uncle
writers
Really,
room
yeah,
type. I'm in college in the school of motion picture sciences, trying to fix my life and get it together, kind of stuff. Like, girl, what is this?
all
I
right.
don't know.
So listen, 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 because I know you have to go in a few minutes, and we're gonna shut it down. Any predictions? Where do we think these stories are going?
I think that Nova is going to be toxic Nova. I do not see good things for her and
Do you
Dominic
think she's gonna go
at all.
behind the family's back and tell them okay to that movie?
I could see her doing that. What I was going to say was, I don't see her staying with Dominic. She's toxic. Like Nova,
No, I don't. I don't see that. I don't. Let me tell you something. I don't. The one thing I will say about her and the cop, I didn't like the relationship, but they definitely there was passion there. I don't feel any passion with Dominic.
I don't either. I
I
don't.
feel
I
like
don't.
they're really good friends that have sex. You know what I
Right?
mean?
He probably had a good piece of peen, and but it ain't. Mm-mm. And then I don't think. I think they might have been building something, but this whole going overseas for extended periods of time is not helping.
And the
It,
mall, I think that's what all of us wanted. We were all waiting for the Charlie Steen showdown. Like that's what we needed in our life. And first COVID robbed us of it, and now the character, was it Damwin? Daywin?
Don Lien.
She left the show. And again, I know she went through, like, she had the whole miscarriage and everything. Maybe she's just, because I feel like her leaving, knowing it's the final season, it had to be a serious reason, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know this woman, but I feel like she wouldn't have left the show like that if she really had an alternative.
Um, but my so I kind of I see her doing the movie too, but that's a whole nother story. I have no prediction with the Micah situation. I don't even know and understand what they're doing with that. With the whole Ralph Angel Darla situation, Ralph Angel gonna go in there hot headed and out of order. Darla is gonna fall off the wagon, and we're gonna be right back to season one.
I don't
Well,
think so. You think they're gonna
Well,
have
Ralph
Darla relapse?
Angel, she's already on the brink. She done listen. She done been doing good too long. She done been doing real good way too long, baby.
I
I
don't
think
think she's gonna relapse. I don't.
she was almost there before she
Right,
even
but she
told
stopped
him.
herself. She
But
used the
that was before
steps.
she even
She
told him.
used the steps.
Maybe ain't that many steps in the free world to help her this time, honey. I think
They
she's gonna
were
completely.
4 steps.
It's 5 steps
Listen, it's my song.
from eternity, and then 4 steps. 4 steps past love and 3 wishes. Anyway,
Who's singing the song though? Me or you?
dear
Or
God.
Drew Hill? Who's singing it?
So here's my prediction. You asked me my prediction. My prediction is she's gonna completely fall off the wagon, and we're gonna be right back to where we were season one, where Ralph Angel is a single father again, and Darla is strung out somewhere
I don't think
with
so.
with the Aunt Vi and Hollywood situation. I think the parents is gonna come back, and them kids gonna go back with the parents, and Hollywood is gonna be heartbroken. Now I don't know what they're gonna do with this Jimmy Dale situation, and I don't really care. I don't care about Mr. Prosper. I don't care about Billy. I really don't.
I mean, Billy hasn't been around long enough for us to be vested in her character. Like, we
Right.
really
I just don't care.
like, her storyline was compelling with the whole Jimmy Dale thing. Like, I thought it was compelling. I thought that was a great story last season, but I'm done with it. Like, if she had left, I would have been okay with that. I probably wouldn't even remember that she was there. I mean, I didn't have enough time to like fall in love with her. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that they're gonna have Darla relapse. I really don't. I really don't.
What if they said Hollywood had like a secret baby or something?
No.
I would love to see that kind of drama.
No.
Why not?
Not now. No. Again, not in the
Yeah,
final
it's too
season.
late. Yeah. No, not a song for Mendez child.
You said Nova's still gonna be the snake of the family. Parker will come back and expose something. Hollywood and Vi may find someone else to take in. So do you okay, so let me ask you this. Do the writers give the family a happily ever after? Do they get the land back and live happily ever after? Or do they figure out a way to live without the land? Like, is it gonna be like they got the co-op, and is that like, do you think they give them the land? You think the writers give them their land back and give them a happily ever after?
I would be angry because I don't see how.
I don't see a path to it.
Right, I don't see a path to it, and now they're gonna
I
have to
mean,
move
hell, if the
everything.
government, if the state government labeling it a historical site doesn't work, I don't know what the fuck else y'all gonna do. I
Right,
ain't never seen a city council overturn what the governor said, but okay, go off.
right. Get it how you live. Because I
Let
just
me get
don't.
a song from Ann Nesby. I know, right, Lamone? I would love to see. I almost thought she was gonna break out on a song. She said, "Close your eyes, baby." I said, "Come on, give us a good one."
And the whole Sounds of Blackness just show up
Just give me.
behind her. It's starting.
Be optimistic. As long as you keep your head.
Your head to the sky. The whole Sounds of Blackness just show up and stuff like that. That's really,
Like, I
no,
just knew
that's gonna be at the funeral.
get.
I mean, not the funeral. That's gonna be at the wedding. Like the wedding, you gonna have the whole sound of. She gonna be at the reception. She gonna start singing, and they go march in the whole Sounds of Blackness behind her, and they gonna start singing optimistic. They gonna start singing optimistic. Watch.
Be optimistic.
As long as you keep your head to the sky. Oh God.
Listen, I'm just saying. Oh God. Nova will conquer something to save the farm. Will conjure. Oh shit, I said conquer. Will conjure something to save the farm.
What's she
I guess.
Like, girl, because the rain dances or whatever that was clearly didn't work.
And then, okay, that's the other thing. Real quick, elTeddy. That little storyline that they introduced last week, which again, why are we introducing new shit when they just threw in CRT? I guess because it's a hot button topic. They had her going into the school and teaching about the history of music.
Like, I remember when that happened. I said, "Me and Really B got to talk about that part." I remember that part vividly.
I wanted to talk about that part too, but I'm just like, again, I would have been here for it if they had really fleshed that out. But it's like,
because Nova was like, "Well, he messed with the wrong one," and we in for it.
Like, you can't even save your own farm, girl. Shut up.
How you gonna help this lady fight? Wait, what?
The school board. Y'all couldn't even fight the city council when y'all had the whole governor behind y'all. Do y'all really think the school board is scared of you, Nova? And all of a sudden now they banning Nova's book. That book been out for 2 years. Now all of a sudden they're banning. I'm like, and again, I know that books that they're banning that's been out for hundreds of years, but it just seemed thrown in. It just seemed thrown because that's like a hot button topic right now. What's going on with schools with book banning and CRT? You know what I'm saying?
But they should have started that earlier in the season.
That's what, right, because that to me needs more than just a cursory. Oh yeah, let's throw this in there. I don't know, but we can talk more about it. We can, because I feel like they're going. Let's see if they bring it back up. Because the way they left it was like there's gonna be like a whole thing with it, like a whole, lean on me marching down the street to the steps of the school.
We don't want a good principal.
We want principal. How about I was getting ready to say the exact same thing?
Mr. Clark don't care about you because you don't take care of your responsibility.
Right.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Oh God. You know that's my movie now. You know that's my movie.
Ooh. I would be here for a spinoff with Blue at up here in DC at Sidwell Friends. I'd be here for that. Although I don't know about this Blue Luther King, H. Rap Brown, Stokey Carmichael we got.
Blue Luther King. Girl, Blue Luther King.
I mean, that whole speech he gave his mama,
right?
Why he broke into the school. I said, sir, all of that's good, but you still broke into the damn school computer, and I'm gonna need you to sit down.
I think the whole school. How did you think this was gonna end?
Right. And how do you feel like you? And how you think you're gonna justify this? Like, how do you feel like you can justify this? Corey said, I don't even like Blue.
Child, Blue character always got on my damn nerves. Child. Yeah. Can they bring back the little guy that used to help the cute guy that used to help Ralph Angel? Remember the little cute guy that used to work with him?
That's all you want.
Right. I mean, if we going out, take me out with something to look at. Oh, what about the storyline with Billy and the man?
I feel like that's. I mean, obviously they're leading us up to the two of them getting together. And again, I wish I cared.
Right. Clearly, I don't care about Billy, so I don't need y'all introducing us to no storyline for her.
Right. He Michael the Militant. Right. Giving us the white man that's holding us down, sir.
Yeah, I mean, he got it. He got it honestly from his aunt.
Whatever. Well, I feel like at some point, and I know because I remember reading, I feel like we're gonna get a couple of cameos of Charlie, and I feel like Charlie really need to show up and just whoop Micah ass, or his daddy. Like I feel like his daddy need to show up and just whoop his ass. Like I'm here for that. No.
Not Lamone say he glad they wrote his doll baby Kenya. We need Kenya back.
Kenya was in the episode. Remember, Kenya was with
No, that wasn't Kenya. That wasn't Kenya. I would have known if that wasn't Kenya. That was not Kenya. That was a different doll. That was not
Blue.
Kenya.
Okay, Blue. That's not Kenya.
We know Kenya.
Right. We don't care about Billy. Like we don't. We haven't got enough time to get to know Billy. Like we don't. We don't care about Billy. I hate to say it like that, but we really don't.
We don't care about her bad hair, them bad edges, that caked up gel they be having to slap down that hair. I be like, girl, what are they doing with your hair? Girl.
So Corey, that's all we're gonna see is what we saw in Charlie on the FaceTime the first couple of episodes. We're not gonna see any more Charlie because I know she's not.
I think the name is Carrie. Where you getting Corey from? It says Carrie or Corey.
Oh, I thought that was an O.
I think that's CAR. My glasses.
Oh, Corey. How you pronounce your name, baby? Because I will fuck up a name.
I think it's Carrie. I'm gonna say Carrie. Mm-hmm.
Right. If Billy had been there 3 years ago, I might care.
Since Kenya left the show, here's no good. You might be right, Xavier. It ain't been good since Kenya left.
That's right, Corey. See, I was saying
it's Car Ray. It's Car Ray.
Oh, Car Ray. I'm sorry. I mean, no, listen, charge it to my head and not my heart, because I will fuck up a name, but I don't mean no harm.
Now, Car Ray is kind of androgynous. I don't know if that's a guy or a girl. So I don't know if I need to flirt with you or not, Car Ray. I'm
Don't
just
tell us.
asking.
Don't tell us so that elTeddy won't flirt. Don't tell us.
I'll flirt anyway until I find out. I don't care.
Anyway, you have a meeting to get to. It's 8:55.
They'll be all right. They'll be there when I get there. I don't care about those people.
But yeah, so listen, I know it may not sound like it, but we really do love Queen Sugar. We just had such high expectations, and it's
you know what else they didn't flush out? The little Asian chick that Ralph Angel from episode 1. Remember they brought her
What
back?
is there to flush? I don't know. What is there to flush?
I don't know.
She married and she just gave Ralph Angel a job. That's all. We don't need nothing else from her.
I'm trying. I'm trying so hard. God. People calling me right now.
All right. We're going to get out of here, you guys. Seems like Jimmy's funeral, some juicy tea is going to get spilled. I feel like that. I feel like some stuff going to happen at Jimmy Dale.
Hey, Xavier, I don't think you were around back when we were doing Greenleaf, but I was upset with Greenleaf because I had the proverbial question every week.
Oh, God. Where is Kevin?
Where is Kevin? I had a whole thumbnail with Kevin on there. And that was one of my most viewed reviews. And Kevin was already off the show for over a season. I had Kevin as my thumbnail. Where the hell is Kevin? Oh,
Kevin was off with his husband minding his business. That's what.
But Kevin, they brought the husband back and not Kevin.
Raising his baby.
They brought the husband back all the time. They bring him back.
I think they did it just to bother you.
They did.
Irritate elTeddy 27.
Mm-hmm. They did. I mean, I had fun with.
He said he was around back then. He told y'all that Kevin got a new job.
Kevin didn't get a goddamn new job. I was okay with the with what name having the clap. That's all I read with him.
Alrighty then, moving on.
So she did get the clap.
With that being said, we're going to get out. We know that. We're going to get out of here. We'll be back next week, and we will have a teacher project soon. elTeddy and I got to coordinate schedules.
My schedule is fine.
Oh, not Mr. I'm out of town every weekend.
Don't do me, as I'll be forced to do you harder.
Anyway. We're out. Thank y'all for being here. Please hit that like button on your way out if you have not already hit the like button. Subscribe to myself or elTeddy 27. I mean both. I didn't say or. And elTeddy 27 official. And we will see y'all at the next appointed time.
Hey, lovely Blueprint. Hey, Crispy.
elTeddy is a worldwide woman.
Yes, God. Yes, God. Tell him